Dear students, today let us study about fascism in Italy. We already studied about what is fascism, what is Nazism, etc. It's a political ideology. The term is derived from fascio, Latin word means a bunch of sticks. Here let us study in detail about origin of fascism, its features and how it worked in Italy. So, birth and origin of fascism. In March 1919, Benito Mussolini, here we are studying about fascism in Italy. It's extreme form of nationalism. Its another name is Nazism in Germany, but its name in Italy is fascism. Okay, so in March 1919, Benito Mussolini, he was like Hitler, a dictator. Um, he was a socialist before or becoming a dictator. He was a socialist and an extremist and an extreme nationalist, and he founded a new movement in Italy, in Milan. That's a place called Milan, and that movement is known as fascism. So, fascism or fascio, that is term, Latin term from which fascism the term derived, and it means a bunch of, or a bundle of sticks. So, it had been a symbol of republican unity in ancient Rome. In ancient Rome, this bundle of sticks was considered as a symbol of unity, republican unity. For Mussolini, uh, they signified the unity of nation. So, this fascism or bundle of sticks signified unity of nation, and he gave importance to incorporation into Italy of Italian speaking territories under Austrian rule, for which Italy had entered Great War. So, Italian speaking people were under Austrian rule. So, they have to get freedom, and Italy also get more territories from Austria. So, this is a war reason for First World War. So, that is why here Mussolini tried to get more territories which were in under Austrian control, but mostly these territories in which people belong to Italy or Italian speaking people are there, Italian speaking territories are there under Austria. So, Italy wanted to take that. So, let us see what are the features of fascism. It's extreme nationalism, extreme militarism, then loyalty to state and obedience to its leader. Okay. So, state control is more important, state power is more important, people should obey the state and its leader. There is supreme rule, there is dictatorship, okay, and there is one party rule. That means there is no other parties, no multi-party system, only one party, that is fascist party, and one dictator, that is in Italy it was Benito Mussolini, in Germany it was Adolf Hitler. In this party, it denied individual rights. People have no rights, people have no freedom, people have no freedom to choose their occupation, choose their place, choose their government. So, no sort of democratic or national liberal ideologies were not at all encouraged. So, they believed that each class had its own place and function. So, the slaves should become slaves, rich become richer, they should live like that only, and each had its own space and place, no need of mixing of functions of each class. And also the fascist hated communists. Why? Because communism stood for socialism. It's against class divisions. Communism is against class division as well as class struggle. So, it believed that, communism believed that there should be equality, or there should not gap between rich and poor. But fascism promoted inequality, and they never wanted to bring socialism. So, fascism is a political ideology invented by Mussolini and introduced in Italy in 1920. So, word already we discussed, word fascist also there, fascio is there, but it means is bunch of sticks or bundle of sticks. So, bundle of sticks wrapped around an axe become the symbol of fascist party in Italy. And this ideology it opposed liberalism, socialism, conservatism, communism, democratic values, nationalism. So, every liberal values, national values were all discouraged or opposed by fascism. Fascism, its features, it was economic depression was already existed. It never made any attempt to solve it, and there was political betrayal was also there. National weakness that happened because of that First World War in interwar period, that is after First World War, and also beginning of the Second World War. At that time, 1919 to 1939, in which that 20 years the world faced all these issues: economic depression, political instability, aggressive nationalism, all these things were there, and it's encouraged fascism. And fascism also very made a diplomatic move to use all these circumstances. So, there was national weakness, there was moral decline, there was no morality, no truthfulness, and there was aggressive nationalist ideology, that is extreme nationalism, that was there in fascism. Then there was military expansion, strong government control is there, anti-communist, charismatic leader. These were all the characteristics of fascism. Then fascism, Italian dictator Benito Mussolini, he coined the term in 1919, referring to Roman symbol for power through unity, a bundle of reeds that called fasces, then individually weak but collectively strong. So, it shows a symbol of unity. So, this is the picture of fascism symbol. So, symbol of fascism, Mussolini's fascist movement, that was happened from 1919 after First World War, and it continued till Second World War with fascism. Officially he was in power from 1920 to 1943. By 43 Mussolini was surrendered. Then one of the most significant was fascio littorio, that is bundled sheaves of wheat with the protruding axe symbolizing power over life and death. So, this picture shows or it symbolizes power over life and death. So, it was first used as a fascist symbol in 1919. So, fascists believed in one leader, one party, totalitarianism, one state. Fascists believed that liberal democracy is absolute, and they regard liberal democracy is obsolete, it is not needed. They believed in absolute dictatorship. They were against democracy, and they regard complete mobilization of society under a totalitarian one party state as it is necessary to prepare a nation for armed conflict. So, they were ready for a armed conflict and to respond effectively to economic difficulties. So, such a state is led by strong leader such as a dictator and a martial government composed of members of governing fascist party to forge national unity and maintain stable and orderly society. So, fascist ideology is totalitarian, which means a political system that controls every aspect of life so that there is no private sphere or independent organizations. Fascism extols aggressive nationalism and dominion of totalist state over the individual. Then fascist principles, it is anti-individualistic, there is no freedom for individual. This is anti-democratic, there is no space for democracy, all democratic values, rights were all suppressed. Anti-egalitarian, it was not at all supported socialism, it was against socialism, it was against equality. Then it is anti-capitalist, they also were against any sort of capitalization or institutionalization, etc. They were anti-pacifist, anti-internationalist, they were extreme nationalism, so they were against internationalism. Then they were anti-conservative and anti-intellectual. They were against, they suppressed all the new initiatives, new inventions, new thoughts, all the enlightened ideologies and values were all suppressed. So, Italians was not gain territory during Treaty of Versailles, that is one of the causes. If we discuss the causes of fascism, the humiliation meted due to Treaty of Versailles is one of the reason. Italy lost many territories, Italy gained nothing. Then unemployment was there, another cause. Taxes went up, there was trade declined. So, there was people were unhappy and unrest. So, there was unemployment 26% in Italy, 30% in Germany, plus unemployment, weak government. In Soviet Union also there was new leadership after revolution. Then there was great depression happened from 1928 to 32. So, at that time rise of totalitarian governments was possible, and there was despite times call for desperate measures, because at that struggling time people were ready to face any consequences, people were ready to experiment new sort of government, new form of government. So, that is why people opted totalitarianism or dictatorship, because these leaders Hitler and Mussolini, they promised that they could change the world, they could bring back the glory of their own nation. So, Benito Mussolini forms fascist party in Italy in 1914, but it was became an actual party in 1919. Extreme nationalism is there, force used in government, no democratic values, there was cultural superiority. So, Mussolini promised to the people that he could revive Italy's economy, he could make Italy a richer country, he could make Italy a strong country, military strong country, politically very strong country. So, he was himself called as Deus, second Deus, like a king, and he also controlled or censored press, restricts voting, and there was secret police to bring economy under state control, and children are taught to obey strict military discipline. So, Mussolini in favor of World War I as a way to prove Italian superiority was creating fascist political parties in 1915. In 1921 formed a new mainstream party, that is National Fascist Party. So, 1921 National Fascist Party. So, this fascist party became National Fascist Party in 1921. Then fascist, there was growing popularity for fascist throughout Italy, young men all joined, and there was left wing government against left wing government, fascists were there. Then workers strike were also crushed by the fascist. And Mussolini's character, Mussolini was a great orator who roused audience with emotional speeches. Italy left in financial ruin after First World War. There was financial crisis after First World War in everywhere and also in Italy. So, Mussolini promised people against the countries that had emerged rich and strong from the war. So, he was the head of National Fascist Party, he had control over Italian military, he was himself was a military general. So, he appealed national pride, national tradition, he vowed to restore the glory of Roman Empire. He promised the people that he could restore the glory of Roman Empire. So, promised to revive Italy's economy and rebuild armed forces and also strengthen military form of government. So, he promised to restore order, that means peaceful life. So, people should believe, obey and fight. He said people should believe him, people should obey him, and people should fight when he ordered. So, that if the people are ready to obey him, then he could bring back the glory of Italy. Italy was famous for Holy Roman Empire in the ancient period. So, it is possible Italy's economy could be strengthened, military could be strengthened, political government could be strengthened through Mussolini. So, that was the promise he had given to the people. Then he founded fascist party, already we discussed. There was followers, they were known as black shirt. In Hitler there was, under Nazism there was brown shirt, under Mussolini there were black shirt. They were given training, very strict training was given, military training, and they attacked communist and socialist. So, they tried to crush all other parties. Then the workers group were also crushed, because the middle class aristocracy, landowners, industrialists were all were all taught by Mussolini that workers association is a dangerous thing. So, that is why middle class, upper class, aristocrats, landowners and industrial leaders supported Mussolini. In 1922, 30,000 fascists marched on Rome, demanding that King Emmanuel III put Mussolini in charge of government. So, fascist people, 30,000 fascists under the leadership of Mussolini, they marched to Rome and asked the king, demanded the king to appoint Mussolini as a minister. So, threatened with armed uprising, king agreed to appoint him as prime minister. So, king feared and the king agreed. So, Mussolini became the prime minister. He himself called as leader or boss. So, this is the picture of March 1922. Many people marched to Rome. It is also said that nearly 2 lakhs were there, and 30,000 reached the palace. So, Mussolini became appointed as Mussolini became prime minister of Italy as a result of this revolution. Then Mussolini in power, when he came to power, what he did, he abolished democracy. He outlawed all political parties, he suppressed all other political parties, and all others were imprisoned. Only the fascists became free. So, he forced the media to broadcast or print only fascism doctrine. All other ideologies were suppressed. Then he seized control of Italy. There were strikes by workers, it was banned. Then he had a friendship with rich and large landowners. They supplied every support to him. His goal was to establish overseas empire in militaristic state at home. And Mussolini's power, Mussolini is granted power of a dictator. He begins to outlaw other political parties and gain power. Then use of force was very easy for him. Lot of Italians wanted powerful leader, wanted to form an empire. Then the fascism versus Nazism. Nazism is considered to be one of the another form of fascism. Both Nazism and fascism reject the ideologies of liberalism, Marxism, democracy. There are differences. So, what is the difference between Nazism and fascism? Nazism and fascism have their origin in 20th century. That is also another similarity. They opposed liberalism, they opposed Marxism, they opposed democracy. That is all similarities. Well, fascism in vogue between 1919 to 1945, Nazism became popular. So, after 1919, fascism was not much popular, but fascism was not much popular after First World War, but Nazism became very popular. So, that is another